What we wound up doing as a family, bro, is a few years ago, we decided that every Christmas that we were going to go away somewhere. Why? To create new memories. Because these gifts we give you, bro, they gonna get old. You're not gonna want to use them. But those memories you'll have always. Something new will happen. You experience something different. So with this cooking opportunity, is two things, right? And more than two things, but one is really, giving these dads opportunity to learn how to cook, right? But the other thing, bro, is to be intentional about showing them how they could create memories and don't feel the pressure of thinking that you have to do or spend a whole lot of money to have your children love you. What up, what up, what up? We are here back again for another edition from a Father's Heart podcast with your boy Shon and Cole. Yo,
Man, listen,
oh,
I didn't know if you was about to drop your last name or what.
but
I'm
but,
like,
but
you
hold
about to
up,
say
but
Sean
Cole,
Hart and Cole? What are you doing?
listen, but the crazy thing, bro, your hair look kind of spiffy. Like, do we have like a
Yeah, man.
we got a
What
fresh
you about to?
haircut?
We got the fresh haircut, man. Listen, you see that right there?
I
You see that blend, baby?
I see that.
You see the beard,
I see that.
bro? The beard
Okay.
is. I see you too, Sean. I see the grays
Hey,
coming through.
yeah, I'm letting the grays come in, man. I'm just letting the grays come in.
I'm
Yeah, man.
proud of you.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm
I'm
proud of
working,
you.
man. I'm working. I'm gonna have to start going to the barber so that way they can
Yeah,
groom me, let it,
man.
come in,
Yeah.
the way that I need it to come in. But you see, I switched my
Oh,
studio up a little bit.
not only do I see that you switched the studio up, man, but I want to talk about this hoodie you got on and the
Oh,
colors you got on tonight. I'm
hey,
not used to seeing you in these kind of
hey,
colors.
listen, I'm a colorful dude, bro. Like my suits, when I used to during the days of wearing suits, bro, I was wearing all types of colors. I'm like I am king of color. It was when I
Is
got away from suits and dressing up where I dialed it down. But my shoes, colorful, bro. That's me. I'm a color guy, man.
is it like suits matching like gator socks or gator shoes
But I
and
never had a pair of Gators, bro.
never had a pair of
I
gators?
left that for my Detroit players. See what I mean? Because I didn't want to front. That wasn't me. I wasn't from the D, but I admired that. I admired it, but that wasn't me. So yeah,
Okay.
yo, what's popping, man? Like because I'm
Hey,
excited, man. Did you see that I was at the TV station today?
yeah, man. Here's what cracked me up is I was like, wait, I talked to this brother today, and then I get a screenshot of you on the news. I'm like,
Yeah,
wait, what's Sean doing?
you're right.
So listen, brother, tell us what you've been up to.
So the health department here, man, super dope, man. Portia Black, she is one of the directors over there, and she reached out to Chef Nate, this local celebrity chef. And actually, he was the one who catered my fatherhood forum that everybody was
Okay.
about the food. Um,
Yeah.
so we are collaborating, man, with the sponsorship of the health department, Healthy Start, that we are going to put on a class. We say we because I'm gonna provide the men, you know what I
Okay.
mean, and Chef Nate is going to teach these brothers how to create moments with their children, right? Because a lot of times dads get access to their children on the weekend, and what
Yeah.
happens a lot of times they feel like they have to be the fun dad, right? Because they only have a couple moments. And so what do they normally do? They wind up going to eat out. They
Yep.
wind up out to dinner or they, doing all of this stuff, right? And so Nate is like, yo, it doesn't take all of that. I'm going to show these brothers how they can create a monumental moment by cooking in the
Mm.
kitchen with their kids, doing it at home so that way you can do it at a very, very, very low cost effective rate comparable, right, to what
Yeah.
you do going out to dinner and all of that type of stuff. But yeah, man, I'm looking at it, man. That it's gonna be real exciting. We're gonna start out with 2 weeks of doing it, and we're gonna see what happens, man. We're gonna see how the men respond to it. But I'm really excited, man, about these guys having being able to create new moments with their kids, bro.
No, man, I think that's important. I think it's amazing, and I'm really interested in, how a collaborative like that works. I mean, I'm just thinking about, we're talking about. Did you say the health? Who did you? Was it the health
Yeah,
department?
the health department, and one of their
So,
programs is the Healthy Start.
I think just even healthy health department, healthy starts programming involve dads working together to support dads. And now, is it healthy eating as well, or is
Yeah,
it?
yo, yes. I mean, the crazy thing about it, man, and I wish I'd have had this brother on, but just sitting there, we had the segment, and he was talking about, yes, he was talking about the food, and the crazy thing about it, like, because I got a chance to see how they do those segments when people be on there cooking,
Yeah,
right? He
yeah.
had stuff already prepared, but yo, I was so hood. I was so hood. Yo, I was so hood. You would have looked at my wife, first bomb, man, my wife would have definitely looked at me like, yo, you embarrassing me. But I didn't care.
What did you do?
Dude, after the segment, I'm like, I ain't eat lunch. What y'all gonna do with that? Yo, it
You
was
asked for
around lunchtime,
the
bro.
pre-cooked food.
Yes, and it was amazing. Bro, it was amazing.
Yeah,
Word Bond, it was amazing, man. Yo,
you was hungry.
I ate that food. It was amazing. It was good. He was like, nah, go ahead, man. Yo, eat up. I didn't know how I should take it, but I ate it. And I went in the corner while they cleaned up, and I ate the pasta and the chicken. Bro, the edges was nice and goat. All right, forget it. So
I
yeah,
feel like I feel like that's the legit or not legit for the night, bro.
hey, that,
Because I don't know if that's legit.
listen, we can ask the people at the end, but I'm just telling you, dog. It was amazing. But yeah, so it was
So
cool. But what I was gonna say before you ask your question, what was crazy, bro, is that he was saying you still tripping on that. Just stop.
I'm back. I'm back.
Listen, he was saying how foods impact people's mental health, and he was
Absolutely.
talking about how he struggled with some stuff, and his son struggled with some stuff. He went to a doctor, and the doctor told him to consider how he was preparing his foods and what he was giving his son. And he said, "Listen, yes, his son still has some challenges, but he said it was night and day when he began to change his diet, began to prepare his own food. It was crazy. I was like, bro, I never heard of that before. That your food can impact the way that children's behavior. Yeah, I mean, only thing I ever heard was just like you giving that kid a whole bunch of sugar and they acting out. But my man said that really transformed his child.
Yeah. No, I don't know about you in terms of what you provided on the table for your children or currently provide, but I know when I was a single parent, I bought all of the fructose foods, all of the stuff that had the sugars and all of the make you feel good foods. We go past the aisle, we grab all the stuff that has the bright colors on it. And I remember cooking and when I did cook, I was cooking to feel good, and so I made meals sometimes that weren't healthy, but they were comfort, and they were comfort for me because I was cooking out of my own childhood trauma, and
Mm.
so I knew growing up that
Like, what
food was scarce in my home growing up as a little boy, and we didn't always eat the healthy foods. One, because we there was always what do they call it? Food deserts or something that's
yeah,
associated with not having access to, fruits and vegetables. And so we didn't necessarily have that. So when I think about how I grew up and what I ate, and the lack thereof of food at times. When I became a father, I'm like, well, the one thing we won't ever do is we won't ever have food, and we will always have food that makes us feel good. And so I did not realize that, I'm serving pizza, I'm buying pizza. My sons would say, man, Dad, I swear all we ate was pizza with you. But it was quick, it was easy, and it didn't require a whole lot of time. But when I look back on that, I was also creating trauma through the way that I was feeding my kids, because I didn't teach them anything that was healthy. I just
Wow.
gave them what I had learned, and oftentimes what I was providing as it related to food was connected to my own scarcity of growing up without food. And so I made sure that there was plenty of food, but it wasn't food that was healthy. It wasn't food that we prepared together. It wasn't food that we talked about the ingredients of the food, how this impacts your body. So it wasn't any of those conversations. And then fast forward, my son is now a personal trainer, but he talked about, him not eating healthy was associated to what I fed him. And so that was a lot. And I was like, oh, so I passed this right on down to you. But I was creating these moments
Wow.
that were connection, because we were connecting through food, but we were actually connected through my childhood scarcity of food. And the foods that I were eating weren't necessarily healthy. And so that's my
Wow.
ongoing battle as a man. Like when I'm stressed, man, you can count on me to go to a fast food and get comfort food because it's gonna make me feel good. And so, relearning how to eat food and relearning how to take care of myself is
It's good.
is a part of that journey, brother. But I think as what you guys are doing is huge, because not only you connecting fathers with the ability to be able to provide food for their children, but also the opportunity for them to connect with their families on a much larger scale.
What's up, Father's Heart podcast family? Yeah, we have sponsorships now, and this week's sponsor is none other than Involved Dad. So listen up, fathers. Are you looking for a deeper understanding to understand fatherhood and make a positive impact in your children and families' lives? Look no further than Involved Dad, right? Where we create strong fathers through fatherhood engagement, right? It's extremely important for children to have fathers that are not only showing up, but they are showing out, that they are fully invested, they are fully engaged. So this week's sponsor is an agency, man, that knows the ins and out of fatherhood and know how to strengthen families, know how to fill the gaps and connect families to the right resources so they can live their best lives and become more and more successful. So listen, if you need assistance, if you know someone who needs help on fathering, on parenting, co-parenting, or a father that is just struggling, right? That he does not know how and what to do about his next move, because this game that we call this life that we live, sometimes, man, it's like a game of chess, right? Like knowing your next move. And at Involved Dad, what we do, we help fathers make their next best move. So reach out to us, right? The number is 313-757-1388, and you can find us on the web as well, and that is involveddad.org. No S, because a lot of people put involved dads, although we want involved dads, but it's involveddad.org. So yes, listen, don't be average, you might as well be elite in your parenting and in fatherhood. Yeah, yeah,
Associated with, having the resources and the proper nutrition by a chef. Bro, that's
yeah.
huge.
Yeah, and that's the dope thing about it, man, is that they are getting. Yeah, Demetrius, you're absolutely right, man. The comfort food is easy. It's very easy.
Yes. Yeah.
It's very convenient, right? Very convenient. You know what I mean? And the crazy thing about it, man, is that comfort food is no mostly the cheap food, right? Where you
Yeah.
get a 2 for this, you get a 15 for that. But when it comes to that healthy food, most people,
Yeah.
they can't
Yeah.
afford to put all of that in their cupboards, right? And so
For the
they,
time.
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true, bro.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And so, when I was there with my man, it was really powerful because he was talking about how he was a divorced dad and he was forced into learning how to cook. And they asked me, him and the news anchor, guy, they was like, Shon, so you mean, you cook? You like to cook? And I'm like,
No.
no.
Yeah. No.
No, I'm not going to even front. I'm like, no, I don't like to cook. And the crazy thing about it, my wife doesn't like to cook. So here we are, two people who said we do, and neither one of us like to cook. And I was like, listen, man, my kids, you know, my kids eat to survive. What I mean? Like if it comes to, cooking in the crib, you know what I mean? But that's the thing, bro, is that was never my thing. I grew up, and the crazy thing, man, people judge us, and here I am, telling my business, but it's the reality,
Hey,
man.
that's true.
We still eat like 9, 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. I grew up. See you laughing,
Look,
but I grew up,
no,
man, bro. I grew
I'll do
up.
it tonight.
Yo, my people will come over and they were like, "Yo, y'all just eating dinner? Your kids haven't eaten yet?" That was just neither one of us like to cook. So what we wind up doing, man, subscribing to HelloFresh.
Okay.
And so that took a lot of the thinking out of it for us to be intentional, right? To be able to order stuff that is healthy. My wife is a pescatarian. I think now she doesn't really eat meat. The only thing she does is eat fish. So now it takes the thinking out of it with the sides and all of that type of stuff. And now my kids, they are learning how to cook because now the ingredients and all of the instructions is right there for them. And so that's what makes it a lot easier for us as a household. But I know that's not everybody's story. But we had to find a way to eat healthy, be intentional, on the go, right? Just but still be able to eat healthy in a healthy way. So that's what we had to wind up doing, Cole.
Well, I think what you said is key too. The idea of like every family they know the culture of their family. They just have to find their rhythm. And I think that part of this is figuring out what the rhythm is of your family, and it doesn't have to be get rid of everything on in the shelves and the cupboards, but it's what I've been learning is it's just switching out. It's maybe this time we don't buy this product, but we try something new.
Yeah,
And I think and I'm a stickler. Like I'm you don't got to worry about me. I order one thing from the menu, and it's the one thing I keep. And so this idea of trying new things is really, really key too. So I think that families, you know, we have to trust that families, when you give them the resources and the skills, you mean that they'll try it out. And I think that's the other thing about this stuff, man, is how do we make sure that fathers get the resources and the tools to be able to try some of this stuff out. And I'm just, really excited that you guys are doing this. And I'm hoping to see that trickle down in my city and other cities where there are fatherhood programs and healthy start programs and programs like yours who, I think this is intentionality. When we
yeah,
talk about really giving dads tools, this is really hands on, and it's not just, and it's a chef. And I think that's also a really thing
yeah,
to highlight. I'd love to have this brother on because I think that's a whole nother level in
yeah.
terms of supporting dads and their kids.
Yeah, man. When I look at all of this, Cole, like we're when we first started our impact program, our staple program, one of the things that we wanted to do was help dads create new memories, right? Because, like I said, a lot of the dads have the children on the weekend. And so they think that they have to do all of these amazing and expensive uh, things with their child for their child to love them, for them to be
Yeah,
happy, for them to want to come back over. And we were very intentional about helping the dads understand that it's all about creating new memories. Like,
yeah,
what can you do? Like, My children, just like mostly everybody that's on here that is watching, most of our kids don't need or want for anything. They have everything, right? And so I'm like, man, I can buy you this and buy you that. And what happened? I don't know how many AirPods I bought. They lost, right? And then you got to replace the AirPods. The Apple Watches, they get outdated. All of these things, they get outdated. All of that type of stuff. And so what we wound up doing as a family, bro, is a few years ago we decided that every Christmas that we were going to go away somewhere. Why? To create new memories. Because these gifts we give you, bro, they gonna get old. You're not gonna want to use them, but those memories you'll have always. Something new will happen. You experience something different. So with this cooking opportunity, is two things, right? And more than two things, but one is really giving these dads opportunity to learn how to cook, right? But the other thing, bro, is to be intentional about showing them how they could create memories and don't feel the pressure of thinking that you have to do or spend a whole lot of money to have your children love you, right? Your children love you because you're their father. I don't care how angry and pissed they get at you. At
Yeah.
the end of the day, they still love you. They angry at that moment. And so just really want them to understand, man, that it's all about creating new memories and just really being in the moment. And I believe that being in the kitchen can really do that. Pass me the pepper. Right? How should we put this on? And if it's too salty, guess what? We made this too salty together. Now it's a new memory. Man, you remember you made that such and such? It was salty as heck, and we had to throw it away. Then we had to go out and get some comfort food. But that was
Yeah.
a memory that was created, right? And that's what it's all about: is creating new memories and new moments with your children. And it's not always about spending money.
Yeah. And I think, Sean, everything you said is spot on. Because again, we talk about this. The best gift a father can give is his presence. But I think that everybody has to recognize that a father first has to recognize it, but parent mothers have to recognize it, grandparents have to recognize it, the community has to recognize that there needs to be a shift in how we see fathers, and that fathers also have to recognize that they have something to bring to the table other than what they have in their wallets. Because what we also know from this work is that a dad won't show up if he doesn't feel like financially he has something to bring to the table. And a
Facts.
lot of times he won't even get invited if he doesn't have something in his wallet that proves, that validates that he is a father. And so I think part of the key is creating memories and helping fathers recognize what you just described in the kitchen. In the kitchen, it takes time. And so
Facts.
how do you carve out that time so that you can have that memory created for your children? And I echo this. I think it's a beautiful thing that you guys are doing, and I hope that we can see this kind of signature created for fathers throughout the state or
Oh,
country in terms
yeah,
of
man.
that. So I'm a big when I saw that, I'm like, wait, what is going on? And that's a man. I wish there would have been something like that for me as a father. Um, so I would have been a little bit more intentional
Yeah,
and recognizing that power that comes with spending quality time in the kitchen. So it doesn't have to be rushed. There that you can create moments, and it doesn't have to be every day.
yeah,
But I think setting off, creating a time that's centered for me and my children, and I don't have to come out of pocket a whole lot of
yeah,
money.
yes,
That's
yeah.
key. That's key, brother.
No,
It's
that's
a
dope.
beautiful thing, man. It's
Yeah,
a
man.
beautiful thing.
Cool. So yeah, man. Hey,
Yeah.
listen. I just look forward to this taking place. We
Yeah.
will have Nate on before,
Please.
as long as this is next week. So actually, we probably have him on next week, but we'll have him. It'll be the day after the event, so he can just tell us
Okay.
about and then tell us about the next one or whatever the case, man. So yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
So listen,
Good stuff.
tonight is
Good
out.
stuff, brother.
You say you wanted to be the legit or not legit. I don't care what
Yeah,
you
man.
say. Hey, the legit or not legit, should I have eaten the food that was prepared on the television station? Uh, To me, I say it was legit. You
Of
shaking
course,
your head.
of course, you would say it's legit because you did it.
Yo,
Of course you would.
well,
No,
well.
I'm
Can I
never.
get some more context or no?
No, man, it's not. There's not legit. It was pre-prepared food for a show, and you went off to the side and ate it there. Like,
I did.
bro, that's
Hey,
no,
hey,
man.
and
That's
the crazy thing about it,
but it was good though.
hey, it was no, it was beyond good.
It
But
was
this,
amazing.
but this was the crazy thing about it. When I got done,
Hmm.
I said, I made a happy plate, guys.
Bro, get off of here, man. Good night.
I did. I said, yo, look.
Good night, Sean.
I said, I made a happy plate.
We sound. What is? I can't even get it out. We signing off.
Yo, see you next week.